Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be breaking down in this video why the Thunder beat the Pacers in Game 5. It was kind of a close game at the beginning, and then the Thunder in the middle of like the third quarter to the early fourth started pulling away. Then the Pacers, like they always do, started coming back, and the Thunder were able to close it out at 120 to 109. Um, a few things, a few headliners. We do obviously have to give a shout out to J-Dub, Jalen Williams with 40 points. 40 points on a 66 true shooting, a very efficient 40. What a wonderful performance. Obviously, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 31 points and 10 assists with 6 stocks. He wasn't that efficient, but still very much so was alive and well. And for the Pacers, Pascal Siakam, who's been their best player this series, something that I predicted coming into it. The Thunder, they do often struggle with these type of players. They kind of struggled with the Julius Randle. They do struggle with these type of bigger, elusive guys that can go out there and get their own bucket. So that's something I did predict in this series, that Pascal Siakam would be their best player. And in Game 5, he absolutely was. So the first thing we're going to look at is Shai's coverages that he was receiving and his buckets. And we're also going to be looking at how he was able to play make out of his coverages. Something that he did not do very well at all in Game 3. Let's take a look at Shai's gravitational pull that he has when doing a pick and roll right here, or a little pick and pop with Lu Dort. Green for the money. You can see his rim pressure. He's able to get to the basket, able to collapse the defense, which is going to allow Jada to attack the basket here. Bucket. This is something that he was doing very well. His processing in this game was incredible. You can see he gets to the basket, collapses the defense, open three. And the thing that the Thunder have been doing, they've been surrounding him with shooters outside of Caruso. Hartenstein has been benched. They've been trying to surround him with shooters. And in this game, it paid off. You are going to have the games where the Thunder role players aren't shooting well, and the Thunder source of offense isn't very well because they're only inside the arc. Elite inside the arc creator is really SGA, and they have really no perimeter creator because obviously none of them are really good off the dribble 3-point shooters. So, but this game, SGA was able to process well. He was making some good skip passes. I did like a lot what I saw from him as a playmaker. It was definitely beautiful to see. He actually was a better playmaker, much better playmaker than Tyrese Halliburton in this game. He was actually the best playmaker of the game, surprisingly. That's not something that I thought I would say coming into it, but, sometimes you just got to watch what you see and be honest. I definitely think SGA's playmaking was the best part of his game yesterday. Now, the next thing I want to go take a look at is Jalen Williams scoring in isolation. We're going to see him be elite off the ball as well. But right here, he's going to size up Aaron Nesmith, get him on his toes, give him a little turnaround, spin fade, step, green light. And that's something that the Thunder have been needing, and Jalen Williams has been producing the past 3 games. And it's been wonderful to see. Right here off the dribble, a little hang in the air step, bucket right at the basket. I love the way Jalen Williams is able to use his physicality. He doesn't really gain a lot of separation, but he is very physical, and he's a very good finisher off the dribble. And he is also a very good, tough shot maker as well, which can make up for his lack of separation. I do like the downhill creator that he is. He doesn't have that much of an in-between game besides the one that we just saw. Well, one thing about Jalen Williams is he's elite off the ball. Any advantage that an offense can create, Jalen Williams will capitalize. He's by far the Thunder's best player off the ball. You can see some of his buckets here are going to come for him off the ball. He's one of the best players in the league when it comes to attacking space off the basketball. He's one of the best players in the league at attacking the closeout, as you're going to see right here. Just attacking space that the offense was able to create for him. Sometimes that's going to be more impactful than what a player can do off the dribble. And for Jalen Williams, that is the case. Once again, able to capitalize off an advantage that's created for him. So, Jalen Williams dropping 40 points this game. The Pacers need to tighten up, and they need to figure out a better way of being able to play inside out. You can't allow Jalen Williams to be dropping 40 points his career. That might be his career high. Actually, I think he had 40 in the regular season. But I know for a fact that's his playoff high. You can't be allowing that as a defense. Jalen Williams to be dropping 40. You can't have that. Now, Tyrese Halliburton, man. What happened? I understand you got hurt. But one thing you're going to see a lot of the times when Halliburton is on the left side of the court. He's not going to drive. He doesn't drive left, and it's actually concerning. I remember Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum used to have this problem in the finals 3 years ago in 2022. He goes to the left, and he doesn't drive. That's Isaiah Hartenstein, as not a very mobile big. You have him in drop coverage. That's the guy you want to attack. His shot creation is an issue. Very much so. At some point, you can try and be the playmaker that you are, but the Thunder are getting back. They're playing their best defensive roster. You need to be able to shot create. You need shot creation outside of Pascal Siakam. And at certain points in this series, Bennedict Mathurin. You can't be regarded as a superstar that they're trying to call you, and you can't be a better shot creator than those guys. You need to be a better shot creator. You going 0 for 7 in a finals game. It's just not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. Now for Pascal Siakam, what a beautiful game that Pascal Siakam had on both sides of the ball. Offensively, he was able to attack the mismatches that the Thunder were sending his way. Something that they've been doing all series, and he's been able to attack. He's one of the best mismatch hunters in the league. He got some I remember he had a critical offensive rebound. As you can see right here, 3. That was to cut the game close, and then the Thunder went on a 17-4 run. It was to attack guys off the dribble. He's been their best scorer. He's going to have to continue to be their best scorer. I don't really see Halliburton having a good scoring series or having a chance, especially with his calf injury. I don't really see them having a chance with Halliburton being out, of Halliburton being their best scorer. So Siakam will have to continue to have performances like he just did to try and even make this a competitive series, in my opinion. And we're going to also look at some of his defensive plays as well. Pascal Siakam has been the Pacers, in my opinion, second best defender. I think yesterday he was their best defender. He's been a great rim protector. He's been getting back in transition to try and set down the Thunder's transition offense. He's been physical with Chet this series. Whenever they put him at the 5, he's been a great rim protector. He's been able to switch. So he's been able to do all of those things. And that's something that the Pacers are going to need, because that's a disadvantage that I thought that they had coming into the series, was their defense. I thought it was going to be way worse than the Thunder's. Their defense has actually been incredible for multiple stretches in this series, as Siakam gets the block right there. So Siakam, Miles Turner, Bennedict Mathurin, Andrew Nembhard, they've been able to prove you wrong what type of caliber defensive team that they are coming into this series. That's something that should be able to still try and keep them in it. Now, I don't think it'll be enough. And the last player I do want to talk about before I end this is TJ McConnell, surprisingly. One thing I love about TJ McConnell is that he's relentlessly able to get to the basket, like with ease. Like, he can get to the basket, and that's unlike Tyrese Halliburton, who TJ McConnell is much better at getting to the basket and collapsing in defense. And one thing about the Thunder is they will collapse. What makes the Thunder so good defensively is that they can collapse and get out quickly. But if you're able to process fast enough, not get scared or deterred by the defensive coverages that they're going to send your way once you get into that in-between area, once you start getting to that mid-range, once you get to that basket, you are able to carve up their defense. And that's something that Luka Doncic in the regular season was able to do. That one Lakers game that they played, he was able to get in that in-between or get blitzed before he even gets there and carve them up. But it kind of reminded me of that for TJ McConnell, how he was able to just analyze the defense. And when they weren't setting him coverages, he was making them pay with his scoring ability. And that's something that I'm not saying TJ McConnell was a better player than Tyrese Halliburton in the slightest sense. But going against a defense like this, I would like to see TJ McConnell's minutes increase, especially if Tyrese Halliburton is hurt. This is a type of player that the Thunder defense can tend to struggle with. A guy that can get to the basket and make the right reads and process quickly. That's something that the Thunder do tend to struggle with a lot. So that's something that's interesting that I'd keep in mind. One thing that the Pacers are still winning is the rebound battle. Something that hopefully that's an advantage that they're going to really need to have and hold and just really hold on to until the end of the series is that rebounding battle. But other than the rebounding battle, Pascal Siakam having to be an all-time great scorer, I don't really see what way that the Pacers are going to be able to win this series, especially with the new injury that Tyrese Halliburton has. I do expect the Thunder to close this game out tonight as I'm recording this video on the 19th. That's the game of Game 6. And if they do close it out, you'll see me right here again making another video. Actually, no matter who wins, I'll make another video for my predictions on Game 7. Hopefully the Pacers win, though. I would like to see the finals go to a Game 7. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I will continue I'm going to continue the best player series as well. So stay tuned for that as well. Thank y'all so much.